Hello you lovely people, and welcome back to my channel, Cook with Joy. Today is a fun video. I'm actually joining a collaboration. It is a pickle collaboration. Everyone who is joining in this collaboration is going to be sharing fun pickle recipes with you because today apparently is National Pickle Day. And this is why my video is coming out on a Thursday instead of a Friday, because today's National Pickle Day. But I wanted to thank the host of this collaboration is Jim from Jim's Kitchen. He's a lot of fun, so you'll definitely want to check out his channel. I will be sure to link the playlist along with Jim's channel in my description box below. And as always, I will have the ingredients to these recipes in my description box. But I decided I was gonna go basic. I am just going to make some fried pickles. I have not had these in so long because I am gluten-free, and at restaurants the fried pickles are typically not gluten-free. The first time I ever had these, I was actually pregnant with my youngest, who is now 20 years old, and I went out for a girls' night at this restaurant here in Austin, and they had fried pickles on the menu, and one of the ladies is like, y'all have to try this. She ordered them. They were divine. Granted, I was pregnant, so maybe I was craving pickles. But anyway, I've not really had them since, I don't think. So I decided to look up a recipe for gluten-free fried pickles, and that is what I'm gonna share with you. And I thought it would also be fun to share a dipping sauce to go along with them, since this is a very simplistic recipe. And I just did a quick Google search for some dill dipping sauce, and I'm going to change it up a little bit, put my own spin on the recipe that I found. But let me show you the ingredients for both of these recipes, and then we will get into making them. Okay, for the pickle part of this recipe, you will need pickles, obviously, and this recipe calls for 8 pickles. I'm going to be using pickle spears, and this is my favorite brand of pickles, these Clausen. I love dill flavored pickles. You will need 1/3 a cup of gluten-free panko crumbs. Obviously, if you're not gluten-free, you could just use regular panko crumbs. 1/4 a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 1 egg, and for the spices it only called for salt and pepper, but I'm actually also going to throw some garlic powder in there. It's 1/2 a teaspoon of salt, 1/8 a teaspoon of pepper. I'll probably use 1/2 a teaspoon of the garlic salt. And then you will need 2 tablespoons of some sort of oil. I'm using avocado oil because I am making these in the air fryer, and you'll want to use a oil that can withstand high heat. Then for the dipping sauce that I'm going to be making, you will need 1 container of Greek yogurt, and I love this Valle brand. That is pretty much the only brand we buy. And then 1/2 a cup of mayo, and this is the mayo that I'm using. 1 tablespoon of dried dill. I actually have some fresh dill on hand, and so I'm gonna go ahead and use that. I think that might make it a little bit more flavorful. 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of dried parsley, 1/2 a teaspoon of garlic powder, and oh yes, put this over here, a pinch of salt. Okay, like I mentioned, this recipe is super simple, and if you've done any sort of fried anything, then you probably have already figured out how this recipe goes. So you're gonna wanna crack your egg, put it in a bowl and scramble it so that it's nice and incorporated, and then you'll want to mix all of your dry ingredients together, the panko crumbs, the cheese, and the salt and pepper, and garlic powder if you want to do that. And you're basically just going to be washing the pickle in the egg and then dipping it into the crumb mixture. And like I mentioned, I am going to be making these in the air fryer. I'm sure you could fry these on your stovetop if you don't have an air fryer. I just love the way the air fryer crisps things up. And in the recipe that I found online, it did say to spray the bottom of the air fryer with the oil, but honestly, I'm gonna just drizzle it over the top because my avocado oil is not spray, it's just a spout. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, but let's go ahead and get into putting this together. Okay, I am going to flip those halfway through and cook them for another 6 minutes. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and make this sauce. And again, super simple. You just put all the ingredients in a bowl and whisk it until it's a nice consistency. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done now too. Okay, you know what time it is. It is time for me to give these pickles a try, and I did let them cool down a little bit, but I do have to say I'm a little bit disappointed that there's not more fried in this fried pickle. I feel like the coating isn't as thick. There are some spots that just really didn't get coated. So if you are someone who fries things regularly or knows some sort of trick, you might have noticed that I decided to start double coating it to see if that would help. I dipped it in the egg and then in the panko crumb mixture and then back in the egg and back in the mixture to see if that would help. I don't really know if it helped, but I'm gonna pick a good one. I'm gonna pick one that looks more, crusty. Maybe that's not the right word. That doesn't seem like the right word. But I'm also going to dip it in this sauce. So let's give this a try together. But still, really good, really good. It is very salty. I think next time I make this, I might leave the salt out of the breadcrumb mixture and maybe even out of this dipping sauce because it's definitely really salty. So good. Okay, you lovely people, that is all for today's recipe video. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I made these fried pickles and dipping sauce. And if you are new to my channel, especially if you're coming over from one of my other friends' channel from this collaboration, thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for checking out my video today. And if you like this sort of content, I hope that you might subscribe to my channel. I share food hauls every Monday and recipes every Friday. I share a lot of alternative diet recipes as I eat gluten-free and my daughter eats vegan. So if any of that sounds interesting, I hope that you might hit that red subscribe button. And thank you so much to Jim for hosting this fun pickle collaboration today. Be sure to check out that playlist for even more inspiration on other pickle recipes for your day. But as always, I really appreciate you watching my video all the way until the end, and I will see you next time. Bye.